you're turning into 15-minute bulletin of Vietnam News Agency. I'm Ngọc Lê from Hanoi with the headlines at usual.
State President receives outgoing Algerian ambassador. 1,200 apartments in Hanoi open for foreign buyers. And later on, Da Nang launches digital culinary map and culinary passport.
The Politburo convened a meeting on December 13th to consider disciplinary measures against several former high-ranking leaders. They included former Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, former chairwoman of the Party Central Committee's Commission for Mass Mobilization Trương Thị Mai, and former standing Deputy Prime Minister Trương Hòa Bình. The Politburo concluded that the three former leaders violated the party and the state's regulations and others, which has stirred the public outrage and affected the reputation of the party and the state. Based on the content, nature, extent, consequences, and causes of the violations committed by the above-mentioned party members, the Politburo decided to issue warnings against Nguyễn Xuân Phúc and Trương Hòa Bình and a reprimand against Trương Thị Mai. The Politburo requested competent authorities to impose administrative disciplinary measures on them in a timely and synchronous manner with the party's disciplinary measures. And now we have more news coming up. State President Lương Cường hosted a reception in Hanoi on December 13th for Algerian ambassador to Vietnam, Sofiane Chaib.
Receiving the outgoing ambassador, Vietnamese state president appreciated the diplomat's contributions in his tenure in Vietnam, which have helped foster and strengthen the traditional friendship between the two countries. Appreciating Algeria's important role and position in Africa, the state leader affirmed that Vietnam always values its traditional relations and friendly cooperation with Algeria. He said he believes that the two countries will continue to strengthen their cooperation more comprehensively in all areas, particularly in politics, diplomacy, economics, trade, investment, culture, education, and people-to-people exchange, in order to match the potential of each country. The two sides agreed that both countries should continue to support each other at multilateral forums and work together to contribute to peace, stability, and sustainable development in both regions and in the world.
Hanoi plans to restrict polluting vehicles in core areas from January the 1st, 2025 as part of the revised capital law. Let's take a look.
The move was announced after the Hanoi People's Council recently approved a resolution to implement low-emission zones, LEZs. LEZs are designated areas where polluting vehicles are banned from operating to improve air quality. Under the resolution, from 2025 to 2030, Hanoi will pilot LEZs in selected areas of Hon Kinh and Ba Dinh districts, while encouraging other districts to establish similar zones. From 2031 onward, areas meeting one of two set criteria will be required to implement LEZs. One of the criteria is areas designated as strict protection zones or low emission zones in the capital's master plan to 2030 with a vision to 2050. The other is areas with frequent traffic congestion and annual air quality levels that fail to meet national technical standards based on monitoring over at least one preceding year.
Hanoi's authorities have granted approval for more than 1,200 apartments in two prominent residential projects to be sold to foreign buyers.
This decision is part of the city's continued efforts to attract international investment in its real estate market. The two projects are Lumi Hanoi, which is located within the Vinhome Smart City Complex in Tay Mo, Nam Tu Liam District, and Heritage West Lake in Tay Hor District, which is popular with foreigners. This follows a similar approval in October, when 5 residential projects in Hanoi were also opened for sale to foreign buyers. According to data from the Ministry of Construction, between 2015 and the third quarter of 2023, over 3,000 foreigners bought homes in Vietnam, with more than 50% of these properties located in Hanoi, over 1,760 units. The majority of foreign buyers hail from China, the Republic of Korea, Singapore, the United States, Australia, Japan, and Malaysia. In the first half of this year alone, over 1,000 apartments in Hanoi were sold to foreign nationals.
The Đông Tháp Provincial People's Committee on December 12th announced the project Conservation and Development of Saros Cranes at Cham Chim National Park. Join us to see more in the following report.
The project aims to restore and expand the population of Saros cranes at Tram Chim National Park in Tam Nông District. Over a 10-year period, from 2022 to 2032, the project seeks to breed and release 100 cranes, with a survival rate of at least a half. The released birds are expected to adapt, reproduce, and establish a year-round presence at the park. The initiative outlines several key tasks. They include receiving and caring for cranes transferred from other places, researching reproduction methods and reintroducing the cranes into the wild, rehabilitating the park's habitats to support the Saros cranes, and developing sustainable ecological agriculture models that balance community livelihoods with environmental protection in the release area. Restoring and developing the Saros crane population at Tram Chim National Park holds significance for both biodiversity conservation and the cultural life of local communities.
The Da Nang Department of Tourism on December 12th officially announced the Da Nang Food Tour campaign with the message "Enjoy Da Nang cuisine, more than just delicious," focusing on unique experiential activities called the Digital Culinary Map and the Culinary Passport.
The highlight of the Da Nang Food Tour campaign is the bilingual Vietnamese-English digital culinary map, developed by the Da Nang Department of Tourism. Available on the website www.foodtournang.vn. It provides information on local specialties, regional and international cuisines, Michelin Guide-selected venues, and details of 400 reputable culinary addresses in Da Nang City.
We are very happy that our restaurant has been included in the digital culinary map so that visitors to Da Nang can have the best experiences.
Additionally, the Culinary Passport, with over 10,000 copies in Vietnamese and English, will be issued from December 15th to March 15th, 2025. It will help visitors explore 50 unique culinary spots in Da Nang with discounts, complimentary dishes, gifts, and attractive vouchers for experiential and leisure services.
Besides introducing Da Nang's delicious dishes, we want to provide visitors with culinary stories, feelings, and beautiful culinary spaces and landscapes, thus developing cuisine into a distinctive tourism product of the city.
On this occasion, the city's Department of Tourism awarded 50 seals to the 50 selected venues featured in the Culinary Passport and presented the first passports to invited guests. Da Nang hopes this campaign will help promote the city as an appealing culinary destination.
Regional cuisine has long played a vital role in promoting, introducing, and retaining tourists. Each region of Vietnam boasts its own culinary specialties, and the Mekong Delta, with its agricultural heritage and river culture, has given rise to distinctive dishes that leave a lasting impression on visitors. One standout dish is bún nước lèo, a famous noodle soup in the southwestern region, originating from the Khmer dish Num Chok. It was later adapted by the King community into the renowned version enjoyed nationwide. Provinces like Sóc Trăng, Trà Vinh, and Bạc Liêu are celebrated for their authentic flavors, with Bạc Liêu also offering other iconic dishes like spicy beef noodles, grilled spring roll noodles, and spicy steamed rice cakes.
The variety of Mekong Delta dishes is amazing, and the prices are very reasonable.
The Mekong Delta is also synonymous with its seafood heritage. Products like dry fish and fermented fish have become quintessential gifts for visitors, symbolizing the region's centuries-old aquaculture traditions. During the annual flooding season, the production of fermented fish reaches its peak, attracting tourists eager to witness and experience the craft firsthand.
Traditional fish sauce represents the cultural values of the Vietnamese people and continues to be preserved by artisans nationwide.
The region is also famed for its folk cakes, made from simple yet versatile ingredients like rice, sticky rice, beans, coconut, and shrimp. These ingredients are transformed into the plethora of sweet and savory delights, from layered pig skin cakes to crispy pancakes and shrimp cakes. Festivals dedicated to Southern folk cakes provide tourists with a chance to savor these treats while exploring the region's traditional culture.
I love the Mekong Delta's crispy pancakes and shrimp cakes. Thanks to the artisans for crafting such large, delicious pancakes for everyone to enjoy.
Culinary tourism is a growing focus for many regions, with food often accounting for 24 to 30% of a tour's total expenses.
With hundreds of unique dishes, the Mekong Delta's cuisine acts as a special ambassador, drawing tourists to its festivals and events and serving as a key driver in promoting the region's tourism. The Nam Dong Rare Gymnosperm Conservation Area in Quan Hoa Mountainous District, North Central Province of Thanh Hóa, is home to over 623 hectares of natural forest with high biodiversity. Over the past decade, numerous research and conservation projects have helped preserve the area's natural landscape and biodiversity.
Researchers have identified 673 plant species in the Nam Dong Conservation Area, including 9 rare endemic conifer species. The area's fauna is equally diverse, with 217 species, 45 of which are listed in the IUCN Red List and Vietnam's Red Book.
This area plays a crucial role in nature conservation. 2 new loris species have been discovered there.
The Forest Ranger Station of Quan Hoa District has established 7 community-based forest protection teams to protect the natural forest area within the conservation zone. Every month, these teams join forest rangers in patrolling the forest. They also monitor and provide latest information to forest rangers regarding forest encroachment. Over the past 10 years, the Nam Dong Rare Gymnosperm Conservation Area has successfully conserved and propagated 9 rare conifer species, while conducting surveys on and protecting endemic animal species, such as the giant flying squirrel and loris. Looking ahead, the Nam Dong Rare Gymnosperm Conservation Area will focus on developing diverse tourism projects in its core zone.
We advise the Provincial Forest Protection Department to work with relevant agencies to assess and document flora and fauna systems, discover new species, and preserve the genetic resources of previously studied species. We also promote and introduce the area to attract scientists and forest exploration groups.
And that's also the end of our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye for now.